Right, good evening everybody. My name's Richard Day. I'm the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Research, and it's my very great honour to introduce Phoebe tonight. But I've just got a few things to say before then. One is to give you a really warm welcome to university, particularly those of you who've not been here before, and also to do the standard emergency announcement that we're not expecting a fire alarm tonight. But if we, for some reason, do get the alarms going off, the exits are there, and follow one of the research team, and will lead you to safety. So, a few words about Phoebe. Phoebe is a reader in social computing. She's a senior fellow of Vance HE and a senior member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. And being an engineering background myself, I know that that's really quite challenging to do. That's quite an achievement. She began her academic career in Malaysia, progressing from lecturer to head of Department of Information Systems, where the research and teaching collaborations taken her across Asia and Europe and the rest of the world. And it's actually in Malaysia where I first met Phoebe, rather than here. Her main research interests are in social computing, particularly understanding the dynamics of human interactions with digital platforms and virtual communities, exploring topics such as online social networks, sentiment analysis, and user behaviour in virtual environments. She's well published in her field with over 85 research articles, book chapters, and conference papers. She has recently launched the Social Computing Hub with her co-founders, with the aim of being a leading centre of excellence in computing research, fostering innovation, collaboration to address the complex societal challenges. So with that, I'm going to hand over to you. I won't steal any more thunder by telling people what your title is.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Thank you to everybody to attend this talk. So as you can see, the title is about the impact of AI in business. So in next slide, I'm going to start and set the scenes of this talk by playing a 3-minute video. So in this video, it's going to show you about the history of AI and how AI evolved through time. Okay?
Our story begins in the mid-20th century. In 1956, a group of visionary scientists gathered at the Dartmouth Conference, marking the birth of AI as a formal research field. In the following decades, AI pioneers focused on developing algorithms and computational models to mimic human intelligence. The 1960s saw the rise of artificial neural networks, inspired by the way our brains process information. By the 1980s, attention shifted to knowledge-based AI systems and expert systems. These systems utilized logical reasoning and domain-specific knowledge to solve complex problems in fields like medicine and planning. The 1990s and beyond brought tremendous progress in machine learning. With increased computational power and access to vast amounts of data, AI researchers developed powerful algorithms that could learn patterns and make predictions. The dawn of the 21st century witnessed a data revolution. Big data became the fuel that propelled AI forward. Techniques like deep learning, enabled by neural networks with multiple layers, revolutionized computer vision, speech recognition, and natural language processing. AI's impact expanded across industries. In healthcare, AI algorithms analyzed medical images and assisted in diagnoses. In transportation, self-driving cars emerged, promising safer and more efficient journeys. In commerce and marketing, AI empowered businesses with personalized recommendations and targeted advertising, enhancing customer experiences. AI became an integral part of virtual assistants, revolutionizing how we interact with technology. Looking ahead, the future of AI software is filled with immense potential. As technology advances, we can expect AI to possess even greater capabilities. Imagine AI systems that can understand and respond to complex human emotions, enabling more empathetic interactions. AI software will continue to advance in fields like natural language processing, allowing for more accurate and nuanced understanding of human speech. Translation technologies will become even more seamless, breaking down language barriers and fostering global communication. In addition, AI will play a crucial role in tackling some of society's most pressing challenges. From climate change to healthcare, AI software will assist in analyzing vast amounts of data and generating insights that can aid in decision-making and problem-solving. Furthermore, advancements in AI ethics and explainability will ensure that AI systems are transparent, accountable, and aligned with human values. As AI software becomes more integrated into our lives, responsible development and deployment will be key priorities. And that concludes our journey through the history of AI. From humble beginnings to today's AI-driven world, the progress has been astounding. As we move forward, let us embrace the potential of AI software to shape a better future for all. Thank you for joining us on this
Right. So, thank you. So, I think that slide have tell everything that I need to tell today. Anyway, so as everybody heard about Alan Turing, yeah. So in 1949, the philosophy of AI was coined that time. So, an Alan Turing test, Alan Turing trying to find out if human able to distinguish between communication between human and machine, and try to ask if machine can think, right? So if human unable to distinguish between computers and human, then we will say that a machine actually able to exhibit the intelligence. Yeah? So in 1964, right, the first program, ELIZA, was developed in MIT by Joseph Weinberg. So it is to simulate a philosophy. And this is the first conversations that humans have with machine. Yeah? So that was the first symbolic AI that we talk about. And in the 1970s, the first software, MindSyn, was developed. So this is an expert system that able to actually diagnose bacterial infection and even recommend antibiotics to help in medical system. Looking ahead, moving forwards to 1980 and 2010, that was the time the impressions of AI come into mind, where everybody talk about machine learning. So what is AI actually? So AI is refer to the simulations of the human brain, yeah, that program into a machine to make that machine to think and learn like a human. We call human intelligence. That is the meaning of AI. So during that time, with the machine learning, the first algorithm was developed, which is neural network. So neural network is the algorithm to implement in machine to mimic human brain. So it processes the data by collecting all the base data and provides output. Moving fast forwards to 2010, that is the time that we talk about deep learning. This is the time that we talk about the AI recognition, which is voice recognition, image recognition. Yeah, that is the time with that revolution. So AI have been well known with the technology that assists our life, right? So in 2020, we have been using it, especially during the pandemic, where humans have to keep distance from each other. So what we have done, computer become exploitations, everybody implementing it. Automation in customer service, automations for supply chain, accounting, and human resource. Everything we talk about automation, right? And with text analytics, natural language processing, it has been used to provide us with the translation service, language learning process, yeah, with the Duolingo, and also with the current technology, my friend here, that I'm going to demonstrate later, which is a part of natural language processing, and we consider that AI robot. And biometric with the face recognitions, biometric handprint. So these are all AI, cyber defense, decision making, you analyzing huge and complex data to provide decision, analyze with the algorithm, provide prediction, marketing automation, where you start to shop online during pandemic, and Amazon even know and personalize your shopping habit, behavior, understand that you're going to purchase it next, and suggest to you, oh, someone have purchased that, why not? You know, so all these are AI automation behind through the data that you have been feeding the internet cloud. Right, of course, continuously, we also implement it in our manufacturing, yeah, and virtual assistant, which is Chat GPT, chatbot that you have been using it today from time to time, helping you to draft your reports, yeah, and submission. And augmented reality, of course, with the virtual reality. And if you read the news lately, Mark Zuckerberg even talked about in 5 years' time, 2030, the Google Glass is going to replace our mobile phone. I don't know, what do you think? I think yes, possible, right? So now I'm going to test my friend, which I always talk to my friend every day. So hopefully you work fine. Alexa, are you here with me?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
All right. Alexa, can you add sending a proposal to Nicole to my to-do list?
Sending proposal to Nicole added to your to-do list.
Thank you. Alexa, can you read my to-do list? Alexa, can you read my to-do list?
You have 3 items on your to-do list.
Okay.
Sending proposal to Nicole. Send email to Nicole and wake up at 8 a.m.
Right. So that is my to-do list. You can see that AI actually help us in our daily life. You can listen to music, listen to news. Alexa, BBC News. Internet. So that's BBC News. So you can listen while
Marks
you are
and Spencer
cooking.
says it's working
you
hard
know.
to get things back
Alexa,
to normal.
stop. So you can even ask Wrexham football score, you know, all this. So it has been helping our daily life. You can even ask Alexa to turn off the light, but I'm not connecting to our smart light here. And you can ask Alexa to work on the robots, cleaning the floor. So Alexa have been in my life. Of course, it will be very useful in your business, right? So you can have one. I'm not earning anything, okay? So it is not very
The deliveries
expensive.
of some packaged food
Alexa,
are
stop.
dealing with a cyber attack. The disruption began over
Alexa,
Easter.
stop. You cannot control this Alexa. I just should not alert her anymore because she's talking. All right, let's stop playing with my friend. So now, let's go back to looking at how research actually changed and evolved with what I have done in the past, okay? So I would say AI actually can be categorized into different stages of development. So the first would be the rule-based AI. Rule-based means that you set rules to the machine to ask them to perform some activity. So that's rule-based, okay? And the second stage will be content-based. You need to provide the full sets of data so that the AI or the machine will be able to process and understand what do you need, yeah? Then the next stage would be revolutioning AI. So it is to make sure that machine really understands you, the human language, which is what we call natural language processing. Okay? So throughout my research, back in 1998, yes, I was that old. I am that old, 1998. I did my BSc in remote sensing in Malaysia, University Technology Malaysia. So what I did is that I start to work with my supervisor, Dr. Kasturi Devi Kana. She graduated from Japan. So our study was actually to use right algorithm, generate algorithm for the satellite to analyze the data that it picked up from the Earth. So that is remote sensing, studying an object from a far distance without physically contact them. So remote sensing is an area that has been used in many industry players, like fishery department, urban planning, forestry management, and many others. So in my study, I come from Malaysia. That's my dissertation project, actually. So I come from Malaysia, and I was born in Penang, that specific corner here, Tanjung Bunga. Right? So in this research, I was asked to actually pick up some sampling point and then generate the algorithm so that the satellite, Malaysian satellite, first Pyeongset satellite during 1998, the algorithm was developed by myself, Fortran, and my supervisor, of course. So it was implemented to then study our image and earth processing. So that was the time that we start to use program and setting rules, algorithm, coefficients, and get the satellite to process and think like a human. Tell me, when it is this color, that's what it means. When that's that color, this is what it means. So this is what we do, rule-based AI, okay? And continue following that, I did my master's, okay, in the information technology. That was back in 2002. We're still using CD? Oh, sorry. Yeah, CD. During degree, I was using 40A, and that time, we have CD. Whoa, amazing. Everybody is playing with that. So what I did in my project was I developed a software that I tried to ensure that people can also learn Japanese language without really attending class. Because I did my Japanese language in degree for 3 years curriculum, continuously 3 level. So it takes so much time. So there are some people that actually already know how to speak Japanese. So you don't have to teach them from scratch. So how to actually get them to learn, start from the level, okay? So you are comparing me with Duolingo, please don't. It was 23 years ago, okay, when I was doing that. So I developed that software, so put it in the CD to assist Japanese teacher to teach Japanese language. And they can even do a test and then go to the level that they should continue. Similar to Duolingo that you download if you have been using Duolingo. But I'm not that advanced that time. And I don't have robot with me, don't have smartphone, don't have grant as well, okay? Well, that was what I say, content-based AI. Feeding the information, writing program, getting the machine to think like a human and teach you and guide you with your level. Yeah? So that was my master. And then in 2007, I started my PhD. So that time, computer was World Wide Web was overall everywhere. Everybody talking about that. Blogosphere, people writing blogs and journal, educations, and all this. So what I figure out is that there's a problem that there are too much information overloading, right? We have search engine, right? But through blogosphere, it is so difficult for you to search some function. So I figure out there is some mechanism that call out access, really simple syndication. But they were actually developed and written in different formats. So my PhD was actually to figure out how to collect the information and then feeding to the latest and chronological order. I won a gold medal with that innovation in 2011 with my supervisor. He passed away a few years ago, right? So I'm very thankful to him, pushed me forward. Yes, do it, try it, and all this. So very happy with that, very proud with my supervisor. I still miss him a lot anyway. So that research really, you are using it every day, daily. If you have Facebook account, Instagram, TikTok, yeah, what you are doing is that when you click on the home or the front page, what you get is the chronological order of your network posting, yeah? So that is what it does in a simple format, simple way. It's called a mechanism for information retrieval. It is very important because it is part of AI. You have to gather information and then summarize them using algorithm and then provide you the output, like ChatGPT, like everything. And they would need to take the chronological order, the latest information, latest news, in a very super speedy version. Right, next. So after my PhD, this is around 2009, and I published that paper in 2014. Yeah, it took a few years. Yeah, so what happened was that I faced some challenge. So that time, my two daughters, they were 8 years old and 6 years old. Now they are 19, 17. Yay, I'm free. Right, so that time, I was so busy. Mother, head of department, school, lecturing, fetching them to school, right? So households, mess. It is a mess. So I need to hire a helper. Lucky enough, in Asian country, it's quite easy for us to get helper at home, okay? So I got a Cambodian helper staying at home version. So I was facing difficulty to explain the way I want you to iron my clothes, please, anyway. So I was thinking, how nice if I have something that is emotionless, you know, something can repeat and talk to my helper to guide her when I'm not around, and even can perform language translation. Wow, all right, good, right? 4 years project, my God. Right, so I published that, and thank you to my uncle, if you are watching my recording, he's in Malaysia. Later, he actually draw all the picture for me for free because I told him about that project. And I need picture, I need video recording, I record the process, feeding all the content into the app. And it was used that time, personally, to help this. So of course, today you have robot. I have not enough money to buy that anyway. So you have robot to do all these sorts. They already feed information. They taught that robot by feeding all the video, teaching the movement and everything in the robot. Similar, like 2014, 10 years ago, I have the idea, no funding. Anyway, so after that, I have been working on the area that's surrounding using machine learning to understand review and content or comment to suggest for businesses, TripAdvisor and Airbnb by looking at review and comments posted by client. And also this one worth to talk about in 2015, before you all using the selfie stick, I was at a conference talking about the behavior of taking selfie photo in that research, and I was interviewed by Wired magazine, and now still online. American Wired magazine interviewed me to talk about the selfie stick, the handspan, and all this. Yeah, so it's still online here. And also I have been working with my student because I'm teaching now, right? That stage. So I've been working a lot of research with different batch of students, collaborator, working on sustainability, public opinions, retrieving tweets, understanding London Bridge attack and cyberbully detection, pollution, all different kinds of projects with students. And most of that I'm talking about are in that publication list of 85 that you were talking about, right? So you can take a look in the future if you're interested and you find anything that you want to talk about with me, send me an email. Anyway, so let's continue. So come back to AI again. So machine learning is actually a branch of AI, I would say that focus on the development of algorithm and statistic model, right? That actually enable computer to learn and think and make prediction and provide decision for us based on the historical data, okay? So, of course, with all this complex data, follow up with that is to present them. So in a way to present that perfectly, so we would actually use different kinds of way to provide output. That comes the stage of data visualization and data analysis. So why I say that this is relevant to AI? Because you're using machine learning to understand the review, natural language processing, and then you have to provide the outcome to display it. This is a geospatial analysis. It is an analysis to show geographical view of the world happiest country in the world using visualization tool. Okay, so the dark blue areas means that they are very happy country, Sweden, and the dark reds are very unhappy country. So you can even provide a lot of output in the business view by aggregating data using data visualization and present them. I believe most of you have been using many different kind of software in your businesses to do this presentation. Okay? So in the recent year, when I joined Wrexham University, I also collaborate with some of our colleagues. So some of them are here, Sahan here. So we just Sahan just presented yesterday in the conference about a topic that we talk about, political sentiment analysis in the billboard hits over the last 3 decades. Is here. And Dimitri, I think you are here. We work on the AI influence non-player character, dialogue, and gameplay experience, and also some other projects with collaborators in Wrexham University. These are all the titles that I published in past 2 years with Wrexham University collaborator. So they are all about reasoning AI, which is we talk about how human-like reasoning work with the natural language processing and large language model. Also trying to understand how ChatGPT works behind the scene, okay? So in the future, of course, we can do a lot with AI, right? So algorithm on large language model like chatbot, robots, learning, and all this. I'm going to demonstrate something later on how to develop a very simple chatbot that you can even do it at home later if you want to, right? And also AI impact on virtual reality, AI intelligent use in medical, healthcare. I don't know if Paul is here. Paul Saul? No, he's not here today. So he's the GP in Wrexham. So we were actually talking about some project together on the AI in medical healthcare recently, and also topic about AI hallucination, which is very important. I need you all to take a look on this issue. This topic have come to a very huge attention, right? So what's happening is that AI hallucination means that AI could even provide you a wrong message, misleading, and it's very dangerous. If you use AI fully and trust it 100%, you are in trouble actually. So these are some of the examples, okay? So even smoke while pregnant and doctor recommend 2 or 3 cigarettes per day. Why? Because AI actually grab the information from any public data without filtering it. So you need someone from computing actually to help you validate the AI machine that you develop, yeah? And also, see, I'm feeling depressed. So one of the Reddit suggests jumping over the Golden Gate Bridge. You're watching movie, right? You know the Friends, that movie. So people are talking about that, and that AI is not smart enough, right? So we need to ensure that we manage and monitor it. Another question, very simple. Country in Africa, they start with K. So it says none of them begin with K. But in fact, we have a Kenya. Yeah, that start with K. So there are many more. You can take a look online. The source is over there. So people have been sharing it. So this issue have to take note. If you are planning to use AI, helping and assist you, we need some kinds of monitoring, management, and filtering process. Okay? So looking at the bright side, just now was a bit negative, right? So bright side is that you can earn a lot of money. So this is one of the examples. When generative adversarial networks were developed, these art pieces, Edmund Dimeli, is sold at the auctions of 432,000. Wow, rich, right? So it is actually trained with the data set of 15,000 portraits from the 14th to 19th century. And it used the discriminator to produce the image indistinguishable from the original. Can you believe that? You can make money by producing art pieces. And you can also use AI to produce music, produce poem, produce a lot, composing song. Yeah? And if you see, most of the pictures that I used in my slide were produced with AI art pieces. Okay? So AI have been so useful in many industries. Of course, healthcare, to perform diagnostics, detect disease, personalized treatment plans, and use in the robot surgery, which my cousin actually is the oncology researcher and also doctor consultant, and he was using some kind of robot in the surgery. We were talking about that, how impressive, yeah, the technology today. And the predictive analysis for many businesses to predict what's come next, right? And also have been used in many other industries, such as for policy making, understanding public sentiment for informed decisions, and also improving public service, the use of AI in optimizing and allocation of public services. Okay, so what happened in Asian part, where I come from, AI in East Asia? I'm now here, of course. So I'm talking about what happened there, what advancement happened. So before I came over here, around 2022, so I was in Sunway Medical Center, right? So they already start using the robot catering machine to deliver food to the patient room. And they can even provide a traffic and distractions that they can reroute and replan their delivery to ensure that the food is still warm to the place. So how good is that? And also we have this drone delivery system now is used in Taiwan. Okay, so it can even deliver a 9.8 kilogram of product for 13 kilometers in 16 minutes. So how fast, how good is that nowadays? So, and next one, palm payment. I think most of you heard about WeChat palm payment, intelligent. You can even, without phone, you can pay with your hand. So if you forget your phone, the only thing is you don't get robbed with your hand now. Right? The next is the traffic monitoring system using AI, Tesla. Asian, China, they have been using it as well. Okay? So these are all the advancements in the East Asia. Right. So which app today that use large language model, reasoning AI, human-like communication? First thing, Duolingo. You use it to do your language learning. And also B, and you use AI chatbot every day. Yeah? And when you go online, somebody pops up, hello, and talk to you. And some of you might just think that it is real human. Some of you will identify it is a chatbot machine. Anyway, so these are all that have been used today that using natural language processing, which is an AI, part of the AI. All right? So according to the IEE research, it says that what is the most important technology in 2025? So it says that 58% are actually in AI, including predictive, generative AI, machine learning, natural language processing, 26% for cloud computing, 24% for robotic. And the 48% is cyberbullying, vulnerable identification, attack preventions. So you can see that crime, attack, cyberbullying, all are in this category. And then education activity, customized learning, which we talk about learning Japanese, learning Welsh, which I am, and Duolingo actually put a notification for my Welsh language today now, and tutoring service and Unity chatbot. Yeah, so it's so useful for today. Right, so now next thing I'm going to walk through with you a very simple chatbot development. So it's going into a demonstration. So this is a chatbot flow chart, and you can actually just use it for free in Typebot without integrating AI, because when you integrate AI, you need to pay some money, all right? So, but this is the first stage. You can build it. So this is what I built. So we can play the board and have a demonstration. So very simple. I create it so that assuming my social computing hub is a kind of business, so I will introduce myself, put my products up, yeah, and then can I help you? And then ready, and you say yes, and you can then ask questions and get them to submit information like what type of industry do you work for, what kind of service do you need. So all these, you don't need a person to sit there. So chatbot will help you to do that for you, even explaining the service and then get their information so that later you can come back to them when you wake up tomorrow morning. Yeah, so how good is that to help you? So I believe that most of you have been using it in a way, but actually you can also develop your own for your business. If you need further help, we have a lot of master students over here, over in the class, that were willing to work with you as a project, part of project for your dissertation or maybe for the advanced practices. Yeah, so that will be good kind of collaboration that we can work together. Right, so that would be it. And what's next? Yeah, okay. So that will be the summary of today. So what have we talked about today? So we talked about AI is not new. It had been coined in 1960. And we talked about the current technology. I spoke to you about the evolutions of AI. And what I have done in my research, the data analysis sentiment, big data, and the purpose of AI now used in business to make prediction. And you also have been using a lot of software that you have. And the most important is that when you use AI, ensure that you know what you get, because it is just a pile of information that the AI use and gather from the public forum or probably articles to answer your question. Okay? So thank you very much. Do you have any questions?